rods are out at Cackle Hill. Literally only got the rods out. However, put the bed chair out to set up, and we are infested with flying red ants, and I mean infested. Look, they're all over me. Get off. Literally the whole bed is covered in flying red ants. Not happy. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Southeast Fishing. Today you join me at Cackle Hill Fishery. We are on Lake 2 today, Specimen Lake 2, and they have, I think they have 4 lakes on the complex. So they've got Speci Lake 1, which is a long, narrow lake, and that's got some big fish in. I'm not sure on that one. But on Speci Lake 2, there's carp up to 38 pounds and catfish to 80 pounds. And apparently they've got some very big perch in here. Now personally, I've seen £3 plus perch come out of here, so I know they're a half decent size. And I did bring my float rod just in case. However, I've got to use a minimum of £15 line, which luckily I've got on one reel, but it's a bit heavy. I'm not sure if I want to play a decent perch on £15 line, but I might have to, so I might get that out tomorrow, see how it goes. Currently I've got 3 rods out. I've got one on bluey and sardine, so like a little kebab type rig for the catfish. I've got one with a Monster Baits plum ice wafter on, and a solid bag with another plum ice wafter. So I've got 2 out in the middle with some bait over it, boilies and pellet, and then I've got a solid bag out towards a reed line that's running along my swim. I'll show you that tomorrow when it's light. It's taken ages to get set up. It's currently, I think it's about 10:30, so we've got the rods out about between 8:30 and 9, and everything just took forever. I think I was put off by the swarm of red ants that were attacking us. There was just thousands of red ants everywhere, so that was not very enjoyable to start setting up in, but it is what it is. Luckily they've gone now, and we should get a bit of rain tonight, so hopefully the mussels will be at bay as well. Yeah, hopefully you'll see me again tonight with a fish. That's a mozzie. Okay, so hopefully you'll see me tonight with a fish. If not, in the morning I will give you an update. Alright, here we are, first fish, £23 4-ounce catfish. That was on the bluey, so I'm really happy with that. Yeah, managed to take out both my other rods. Well, he went over both my other rods and right into the reed line. I'm not entirely sure how I got him in, but I did. So happy with that. Yeah, lovely wake up call. Let's get him back. Morning everyone. So last night I did manage to get a catfish of £23. That was a nice wake up call about 2:30, 3 o'clock. However, once I got the rig back out, every half an hour to an hour, I just kept getting one toners for about 1 to 2 seconds. So I'd get out my bivvy, or out my bed chair. By the time I got my shoes on, it stopped. So I didn't get much sleep last night until early morning. And then it's about half 10 now, and I've only just really woken up. So I've sorted out myself some food, coffee, got myself all sorted, back in the game. So I'm going to recast all the rods out. I have seen a carp in the margin, just taking the odd dog biscuit here and there, so I will be targeting that one in a minute. And I've seen a couple of big ghosties along the reed line, so I will be trying that. But for now, I'm going to show you the rig for the catfish, because someone has asked me to show the rigs. So, there you got tubing, lots of tubing, and then you got a run rig there. So, that, so you got an O-ring there, and that runs freely through there. So that's a free running rig. Now if I'm in silt, I'll quite happily use a distance lead like that, because that'll bury in and then that can pass through. If I'm on gravel or something, I'll use a big flat lead or a gripper lead, and that just means the lead stays on the ground better. And then I've got the tubing plugged into like a line saver thing, and that just sits on there like that, so it's nice and easy to cast. And obviously for safety, that does come out of the swivel. And with the swivel I've got anti-tangle tubing, and then I don't know, a foot, maybe foot and a half of hook link, and that is cat hook link. And then on the business end I have a size 1 catfish hook. Now for catfish I would usually use size 2 wide gape all the way to something like a 2.0 catfish hook, depending on what baits I'm using. If I'm using fish baits, I'll normally tend to go with size 1 catfish hook to 2.0, depending on the size of the bait and the size of the cats. If I'm using pellets or lunch meat, say, I'll use a size 2 wide gape carp hook. So, and that is, it's all got grass and everything on it from where I put it on the floor. But so yeah, I've got on the hair rig, I've got a bluey, and then I think that's a bit of sardine or herring, what else is in the freezer, and then I've got a pop up, half a pop up on there, just to keep it all on the hook. So that is not coming off. You know, you can wang it out quite far and it won't come off. And then I've got a bit of tube in there just to keep it nice and close to the hook. So that is basically what I'd use for pellet as well, just obviously on a smaller scale. Ow, hook's definitely sharp. So yeah, I'm gonna focus my attention on the carp today. I might put a rod out for the perch, because I've seen a lot of perch chasing the small fry in here, right close in the margin. So I might stick a couple of lobworms on the hook and put that out. I probably will just use the carp rod. I don't like fishing for perch and stuff, like the smaller species with carp rods, but if I get my float rod out, I've got to use 15-pound line anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll probably do that. I'm going to focus on surface fishing today and try and get a couple of those fish off the top. So I'll bring you back if I get anything. Right, I've made a tactical decision. I brought all the rods in, set my surface rod up, and I'm going to go around the other side of the lake. I actually started the session with Daz Noakes, one of my old mates, and we had swim 14 and swim 1. So we decided to both fish swim 14 because there's a bit more water and the island. So that is technically my swim, so I'm going to go around there with one rod and I'm going to try and winkle one out, because I've seen a couple of fish moving, swirling. I've walked around there and yeah, there's definitely fish there, so I'm going to try and get some. Alright, bring you back if you get anything. Fish on. Hook came out as it went in the net. Ooh. So the move certainly paid off. Look at that. Cracking. So it's a lovely low double mirror. Look at the scale pattern on that. Absolutely gorgeous. Managed to get that one about 2 foot from the bank. Saw some fish over here and decided to pack all the other rods down. Well, not pack them in, but bring them in, come around with a stalker on on the surface, and yeah, rewarded at last. So I'm gonna put this one back and I'm gonna try and get some more, but might have spooked them all, but we'll give it a go. Well, I was just about to leave this swim. I had all my gear, all the tripod packed up, and I saw one fish just cruising along, and I thought I'd better go for it. There's the result. 26 pounds and 8 ounces. Good one for a little stalk. Yeah, made up with that one. Real pretty fish. Let's see the other side. Whoa, calm down. Yeah, lovely job that is. That's on a Monster Baits plum ice pop-up. No, it wasn't, it was on a Tanga pop-up. And yeah, just free lined it, saw it, cast to it, caught it. Sweet. Let's get him back. So, this is Cackle Hill, Specimen Lake 2. I'll give you a quick rundown of the lake as far as I know. So I am in swim 14 at the moment, which is the far end, which has a line of lilies, line of reeds all across there, and that always holds fish. I've not actually had anything from this session. A bit surprised about that, but it is what it is. Mind you, most of today I've only been focusing on stalking, so I haven't given it a proper go, but I didn't have anything from there last night. I had my catfish just in the middle on the fish bait, and then I caught the 2 other carp off the surface over in swim 1. So yeah, that's this end. I think it's about 5 to 6 feet deep. I've not really plumbed it out or anything because it's all pretty uniform. And then you have a long bank that runs along there, all the way behind the island. And speaking of the island, that is your main feature of this lake. Nice big island, and everyone can fish that. You've got markings on the trees there and there, and they show you your swims and your water that you can fish. And then you've got another body of lake all down here, and that's apparently that's the shallower end, but I think it's only about 3 or 4 foot deep, so it's not a massive difference, and you can catch fish all over here. Yeah, the surface fishing's been quite difficult. It's not been that productive. As soon as you get a bit of bait out and you get some fish going, the geese and ducks come in and wipe you out. Normally I like feeding them off, but they've been ravenous today and I've not managed to feed them off, so it is what it is. Oh look, you can see some fish moving around in the reeds over there, like what I was saying. Try and focus in, see if you can see them. God, why is it so bad? Hang on. Let's see if it'll focus in a bit better. Alright. Okay, I don't know why that's not focusing in, but yeah, so there you go. That's Cackle Hill. I believe it's £35 for 2 rods. No, sorry, £30 for 2 rods for 24 hours. 35 for 3 rods. Yeah, it's £15 minimum line, barbless hooks, and just check the website for all the other rules. But it's a very nice little lake. Yeah, come down and give it a go. So this is the rest of the lake, just around the corner from where I am. Right now, so we've got a nice tree line along there. That always produces fish apparently. So yeah, there you go. There's the other side of the lake. About 4 foot deep, I think. So that's that. End of the session. Yeah, it's been alright. It's been a bit slow. I might have had more fish if I carried on ledgering and working that reed line, but I was having fun. I always get distracted surface fishing and stalking, so that's how that is. So what was the tally? I had a 23 cat, 14 odd pound mirror, and a 28 pound mirror. So yeah, pretty good. I'm happy with that for 24 hours. Sweating buckets now as I've just walked all the gear back. Yeah, until next time, take care.